आज ये मीडिया ब्रीफिंग पे आम गणर अच्छा विवेक श्रीवास्तव सी होती वारी ग्रुप्र सीईओ तांको ग्रुप हूँ गोटे रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी गोटे बड़ ग्रुप से माने गला काली एमओयू कर ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट सहित रिगार्डिंग रिन्यूएबल प्लांट इन द स्टेट बर्तमान तांको अनुरोध करी से जहाँ करार अच्छी आमर स्टेट रे एवं एमओयू विषय कंपानी ब्रीफ प्रोफाइल अब सामने उपस्थापन करेंगे। थैंक यू।
There is a saying that man is known by the languages he knows. And if you know 5 languages, you are very intelligent. So I know 4 languages and I want to learn Odia to be called more intelligent, okay? It's a very nice, sweet language. And I have, though I know Bengali very well, but Odia has attracted me a lot. And I was pretty surprised to know about a genesis of lot of Bengali comes from Odia, including my famous sweet of Rasgulla. Okay, so it's been indeed a very warm welcome and a privilege to be here in Odisha. Before I open the forum for questions, let me introduce the company, myself, and the reason why we are in Odisha. WAAREE Energy Limited, WAAREE Group has been in the service for more than 34 years. And I would say service of the nation. We started off as an instrumentation company, which became the country's largest with about 51% market share, and including long before the Make in India was known, some of the most challenging pressure gauges, temperature gauges, thermocouples were manufactured and exported out of India and used in very high-end applications like fertilizer plants, heat sinks, etc. 2008 around, our founder chairman, a serial investor, Mr. Hitesh Doshi, was in Germany, and then he realized that the whole world had moved away from other things and the interest was more in the solar arena. So for a country which had only 133 days of solar, if the interest was so much, that sparked something in him. He came back. One of the most profitable business, the instrumentation business, he decided to hive it off and plunge full time into solar, like a passion, more than a business. And at that point of time, India had no manufacturing, not much of, in fact, China didn't exist. Most of the solar panels were manufactured out of Europe at a price of almost 15 times more than what it is today, per watt peak of energy. And he decided to set up the first export-oriented plant, which started in Surat, SEZ, in 2009 to export to Europe. From there, the journey began from 30 megawatt to now we are currently at 9,000 megawatts with 7,000 megawatt under commercial production, 2,000 megawatt in the deployment and another 2,000 being installed. So by 30th December, we'll be 11,000 megawatt. So this journey from 30 megawatt to 11,000 megawatt has been eventful. And what is surprising is that this journey from 2,000 to 11,000 has happened in less than 14 months. So if it took us 30,000 to 2,000 in 13 years, the last 2,000 to 11,000 has happened in less than 14 months. We are not resting there. The solar module, just for the information of everyone, has solar cells. Solar cells are manufactured out of wafers. Wafers come out of ingots. Ingots come out of polysilicon, which comes out of quartz. So this backward integration is most important for the country. And we are planning now to put up the world's largest, outside China, the world's largest integrated solar manufacturing complex in Odisha, which is starting from sand molecule right up to the solar module. So you take quartz, then you refine it to, then you oxidize it to metal grade silicon, MGS. MGS is almost like in a refinery you create polysilicon of electronic grade, which is 99.7 or 99 purity. Then it is used to grow a crystal in an ingot manner, a long ingot. And then that ingot, you cut it into pieces, wafers, which is converted to solar cells, which is what you find in the module. and then when we make modules. So it will be 10,000 megawatts of module manufacturing with a difference that completely backward integrated. We'll start with stage 1, stage 3, which is making wafers first from imported polysilicon, because polysilicon plant takes a lot of time and there are mining linkages involved. In this journey of WAAREE, we are not just a provider of high technology, high efficiency, high quality, if I can say high efficiency solar modules. We are also an end-to-end service provider. We manufacture inverters, we manufacture solar pumps, we manufacture cables. So we manufacture heat applications, solar water heaters. So we are the only company in the new energy domain that straddles the entire value chain in terms of products that go into that, other than the steel structures which go into the deployment of solar. We also are a big EPC player. Our current portfolio is heading towards 1 gigawatt. So we not only, as they say, we not only preach what we practice, we actually do it. So be it deployment, manufacturing, end-to-end solutions, WAAREE is there as a new energy company. But we are not stopping at that. We are making forays into green hydrogen, backward integration of solar. So we will be a 21,000 megawatt module manufacturing company, a 15,500 solar cell manufacturing company, and a 10,000 megawatt of wafer manufacturing and 50,000 tons of polysilicon. So I have tried to summarize everything into as much as possible. Our plan for Odisha is our partner in the next stage of development of 10,000 megawatt. As I said, from sand to module, which means solar grade quartz, then converted to metal grade silicon, then refined as a polysilicon, making wafers, cells, and then modules. 10,000 megawatt of this is the plan to put up the plant, is the manufacturing. So it's going to be the world's largest integrated manufacturing complex outside China that we have signed an MOU to be put up in Odisha. We are discussing locations, but most probably it would be Dhenkanal, where we require about 900 acres plus of land. And Odisha government has been very proactive in facilitating that, along with power, which is about 700 megawatts of power and close to 65 MLD of water, which Odisha government is proactively trying to get us much before our start of production. More important, this is for the people of Odisha, this is a direct bearing of 14,000 people of direct employment and about 25,000 indirect employment. So this is what our journey into Odisha is. Amount of investment is about, we are going through the detailed project report, etc. But suffice to say at this moment now, 25,000 crores. We are already into advanced discussions for the land, and our hope is that in the next month we get possession and then we break ground within a month actually. So we can say that definitely before March, we want to break ground and start doing the pre-construction work and the civil work at the site. As I said, we're looking at this typically deploys around 1,400 rupees, 1,400 people per megawatt. That's the internationally published report. So 14,000 people when the plant is fully functional, direct employment, which is on a conservative basis, and the ancillary industries, the transportation, the logistics, and everything that comes up, anywhere between 20 to 25,000 people. We are already kick-starting because now that we have closed out on the location, so another 2 months. Okay, so the project, as I said, is going to be in stages. The first stage we are looking at, you are aware of the PLI from the government. We're looking at a completion schedule of starting production in 18 to 24 months. Our intent is solar modules, polysilicon. We want green modules, green polysilicon. So yes, we'll start with the grid electricity, but our endeavor, and we are discussing with the government of Odisha how to make it green. So it will be in 2-3 stages. First 50% we'll try and do it within 2 years, and then the balance 50%, which is solar generation, over the next 2 years. So in 3 to 4 years, we want to generate 100% renewable energy required for this manufacturing. In business, we say business is all about people. So I'll take the three P's that attracted us to Odisha is, one is people. And in people, I look at it in three parts. One is the people here, peace-loving, people very, if I can say, hospitable. The second part is the skilled manpower. You have the best human talent pool resource in the country. Currently, lots of people are working outside. Lots of people are getting, educated, trained in the ITIs that the government has. Mr. Hemant Sharma and the government of Odisha's nice initiative on skill development is really praiseworthy. And I was pleasantly surprised to see Mr. Upen Tripathi, our ex-mentor in the MNRE, also heading that mission of how to get people to be more employable. So that is the second part. And third and very critical part is the people leadership. Leadership is not just political or bureaucratic. Leadership should speak for itself. The Odisha government, whatever the people who are leading the show are delivering it. So I think that's the first P, the people part. The second P is the power and water, which is, Odisha is abundant. Odisha is very clear about the power that they can provide to us, both in terms of the coal-based or fossil fuel-based, and also, as I say, it is not only about power in terms of quantity, it is in terms of affordable, good quality and consistent. That's what Odisha brings. And water, as I said, you are blessed with 11% of natural water resources in the country. And we require lots of water for this refining, which we are going to get from the river basin. So that's not a problem. And the third P is policies, okay? Enabling policies, which I will not talk about. Mr. Sharma has spoken so much about. And the best part of the policy is the flexibility. Our meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister, with Chief Secretary, with the Principal Secretary and all the officials, be it ITCO, IPCOL, everyone, tells us one thing, that the flexibility is to ensure a win-win situation for both the teams, for the manufacturer and for the people of the state. What this leads to, when you ask me why Odisha, every business, this is the ingredient, needs to prosper, progress with peace. Odisha is one state which is not just about prosperity and peace. It is about prosperity with peace while progressing. So that's one very big thing about Odisha, I would say, that attracts us. All this is underlined by one thing, which is the word, which is called promise. Promises are meant to be kept. Odisha government has been consistent for 22 years in keeping all these promises. And we believe that is one of the very strong attracting factors for any investor. So as I mentioned, WAAREE is already into manufacturing of inverters, solar pumps, cables, water heaters and all that. As we progressively move into this, depending upon the market here, we would also be exploring, since we have such a large manufacturing complex, of moving part of manufacturing of that to here also.